What blue light? Now it's red. Go
All
ahead.
right,
I make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
all right. We got a motion to come out by Brad, a second by Daniel. Any other well, all in favor?
Aye.
Any? All right. Motion passes.
Mr. President, we moved item G to the 14th, to the agenda on April the 14th. I think, Mr. President, you've got something that you want to say about that item.
I do. We are gonna take this up on the 14th, and I want everybody to consider where this plat is being requested. The county has invested in it. A lot of people have an interest in the infrastructure, and I do. It's strong. It's one of my biggest problems.
Yep.
Is infrastructure. We're 3 years ahead of this because of great planning by our staff and our road department. We've already put a road in called Stull Road that was a dirt road that flooded. It will be an outlet for this area, 225, to avoid the traffic on Holly Bush. It's finished. That road is finished and already there before this starts. The people in this area can circumvent the traffic on Holly Bush and 25 at that, where traffic stacks up. They can drive less than probably a mile, half a mile, hit Stoll Road, straight shot to 25, brand new road. Some of the people here have concerns about other people moving in and making the neighborhood larger. These are the largest lot sizes in the county. These are largest minimum square footage, 2,800 square foot. They have buffers that we're requiring that we haven't required anywhere else. In these other districts, they're approving subdivisions with 1,400 square foot, quarter acre lots. And they're going like hotcakes. I'm not doing that. That's not the type of atmosphere we want and they want. When you stand at that podium and tell me, I want a place where my grandchildren can live. Well, how can they live there if we don't develop the land around it? What are they gonna do? Move in with you? Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Steve. I didn't ask the speaker whether the grandkids were driving four-wheelers on public roads. So
I
let
picked
the
up on
record
that and I didn't
reflect
want to
that
address it.
I didn't go there.
Thank you.
All right, item H, Mr. President, I'm sorry, we've already covered item H, thankfully. Item I is the authorization of the road manager to proceed with improvements to public streets in Bellwood. Steve, I think we've adjusted that.
We have,
Based on new information, item I, Mr. President, is not germane. We can dispense with item I, and it will be handled as a cooperative work project with the city of Brandon.
yes, sir.
Mr. President, if I can, moving along, item J,
Through
item K,
L and
L, and M are all going to be approvals, I'm sorry, and N. Yes, those are all approvals by this court for separate memoranda of understanding between the Rankin County Youth Court Juvenile Drug Treatment Program and 5 different service providers. These MOUs have essentially the same language in them with the exception of the service providers that are conducting the activities. I would ask for one motion, please, J, K, L, M, and N, one motion that allows for this board to authorize execution of these 5 MOUs.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
All right.
Second.
I have a motion by Daniel, second by Jared. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Item O is kind of a cleanup motion, Mr. President. This is the authority of the tax collector to correct her records that as it relates to Avalon tax obligations allegedly owed by owners and occupiers of mobile homes. We've done this previously. Oftentimes, as a matter of cleaning up our records, what we will do is find where mobile homes have been assessed associated with real property. Those homes have been assessed, and what we discover after the fact is the homes have been relocated, the homes have been removed, the homes have been destroyed. So this is a listing of assessed valuations for mobile homes that are actually not on the property, and we want to correct that assessment.
All right, do I have a motion to correct this?
Motion.
All right, Daniel makes a
Second.
motion. Brad seconds. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Keith Hicks.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Item A relates to our Sheriff's Department is hosting the 21st Annual National Law Fit Challenge.
All right,
Yep, so I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
all right. I have a motion by Daniel, a second by Brad. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Item B is the authority to issue a check, refund check for $984.84 to Constable Gary Wyndham for his 22 PERS donation.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All right, Brad makes a motion, Jared seconds. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Item C is authority to cut down a tree in the road right away.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those.
Well, I'm familiar, it's not in my district, but this is a huge, huge tree. Or our road crew would tackle it.
Right.
All right, do I have a
Right.
motion?
It's actually in our,
So we're just
it's
authorizing
in
the
our-
payment of a
our
private
right.
company to cut the tree.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a little too dangerous for our road guys to take.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
All right, Jared makes a motion, do I have
I'll
a second?
second it.
All
All
right,
right.
Brad seconds it. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Item D is kind of multifaceted here. We're signing lease purchase agreements for 3 Caterpillar 307 excavators, a John Deere motor grader, and a 36-month lease for 3 305 excavators. And you see the buyback amounts for each of those listed.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
All right, I have a motion to approve by Daniel. Do I have a second? Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, Brad seconds it. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the final item is just appointing myself as the audit representative for our fiscal year 22 audit.
Yeah,
under
I'll
state
make
audit.
that appointment.
All right, Daniel makes a motion.
Second.
Jared seconds it. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Now,
Additional business.
under additional business to be discussed, this is gonna be quick, we've gone along. I want to just put this out there at this meeting, that I want in the next 4 years, well, I'm only president for about 9 or 10 months, but I would like the board to make
Right.
it a high priority for us to encourage or do whatever we can do to get rural broadband or whatever source we can get the internet in the county, in these homes, in the rural area.
Amen.
That's where they're needed the most. People
Right.
that live 10 miles from a library or a school and have no internet,
Correct.
how do they do their homework?
Like we did.
They have to go to somebody, well, they have to do it on a computer.
Go to the
Do you want me
library.
to tell your people that? I'll tell them that Brad didn't want that. No, I know he does, he's playing. But that is a big discussion, let's get it on our mind and tackle it, during our next meetings. Storm shelters, we've talked about them for years, we've not been successful in the grant end of it, because.
Did it one time, I mean, before,
But they made it impossible.
Yeah.
We couldn't get a grant.
Right, we couldn't get the grants to go along with it.
no, I'm talking about individual storm shelters.
I believe
Well,
y'all need
I'm
a
good.
storm,
I got you.
y'all need a storm room
Yeah, I
itself
got
up
you.
there on 25.
Yeah.
I got,
somewhere.
I know
We
what you're
need
saying.
I mean-
I got what you're going, yeah.
We need a safe house,
Right.
whatever,
Safer.
safe room. I think there's gonna be a lot more tension in this area, probably with state and federal. Let's look for ways and keep our eyes open for things that are coming down and be on top of it. Mike knows, he knows of the need and is familiar with the grant process and stuff, so we'll try to keep that, really focus, cause I think we're, in the next few months, we're gonna start seeing something. All right, that's all, it's nothing to,
I got one thing.
Oh, you got an
Mr.
additional
President, I wish, I know this is your first day back in presidency. I wish you'd cut your time down just a little bit more.
I'll
Get out here
try,
before afternoon.
I'll do my best, hopefully we won't have a lot of days like this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
All right,
Guys, thank y'all for everything that you did, and all of the work that you personally engaged in to communicate with our legislators. And I think it bears us saying this on the record, how much we appreciate our legislative delegation in Rankin County. I know you appreciate them, as much as your team does. I want to say thank you to them publicly. We'll have more to say to them in coming days. But the success that Rankin County continues to have with our legislative delegation and with the legislature generally is unprecedented, and is very encouraging to me as a Rankin County resident, how much they're willing to invest in us. And we'll have much more to say about that in the coming days.
thank you, sir. All right, do I have a motion to recess until
Motion.
April 14th?
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion by Daniel, second by Calhoun. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Motion passed.